Hello, folks. In Houston, Galveston area in Texas, I'm bringing a very important issue up for discussion today. As you know, in my specialty, which is gastroenterology specialty, we have been very heavily affected by private equity funded company or Wall Street funded companies taking over the practice to the extent that independent practices owned by physicians like us is nowadays very, very rare. But more importantly for the patients, you need to know that majority of the practices that you go around in our Houston, Clear Lake area, Galveston area, they are not only private equity funded company, but 2025 issue of Health Affairs. That's a magazine that specializes on this area. It explains that after the equity funded companies take over, the fees per claim has gone up to 78%. And on an average, there has been 28% fee increase. So by private equity funded companies taking over these practices, the cost is going up both to the insurers as well as to the patients. Next time you go to any gastroenterology practice, please ask whether they are owned by the private equity funded companies or whether they are owned by the physicians. There is another concerning trend in LinkedIn publication very recently, last week. A famous attorney brought up some important legal, moral, and ethical issue, stating that a lot of practices are not even telling the patients that they're owned by private equity funded company. It has big implication because private equity funded companies, Wall Street funded companies have been now associated with not only increased cost, but poor patient outcome. And it does make a change. It does make a difference if the physician owns the practice versus somebody else owns the practice. So I hope you guys take responsibility of your own care. And in our country, in the present state of condition, we don't have any other option. We have to take care of our own health and we have to take control. Next time you go, please ask how your gastroenterology practice, who owns it, and where the conflict of interest lies. We are located at 12951 South Freeway in Houston, Texas. We are one of the few physician-owned gastroenterology practices, and we are ready to serve you. Thank you.